Hi everyone. Today I'll be looking at Jojo Siwa's new. Hi everyone. Today we'll be looking at a music video and analyzing it along with its lyrics. The music video in question is Jojo Siwa's music video for Karma. We'll be looking at its video along with its lyrics to understand what's going on and what Jojo and her team is trying to express here. Also, as a disclaimer, I know that this song was based or sampled from another song in 2011, so some people might say that this song does not represent JoJo's narrative or isn't trying to say anything. When you look at it along with its music video, there is a story there, like any piece of art. Also, I won't be going into JoJo's personal life or trying to untangle what parts of the music video might be based on reality and what what person might mean in the music video context and all of that. So I am separating this music video from the outside world and only viewing it as a thing in and of itself. Just an explanation for why I chose this video is because regardless of whether you think Jojo Siwa is a good person or a bad person, or her music video is good or bad, or the song is good or bad, I think it is a big moment in pop culture right now, and considering it comes from someone very young and is about homosexuality, it has some sort of impact, and that's why I want to see it and talk about it. The first time I heard Karma, I was confused about what the lyrics were about and who Jojo was referring to in the song, as in, if you hear it, there's multiple people that she talks about, and when she says Karma's a bee and you're with her right now, who is she talking to? And when you look at the music video, there's also another story going on. So we're going to look at it together and understand what's happening and what the symbolism of the island and the aquatic, the aquatic, the aquatic, the sea nature of these beings is, and the colors and all of that. So let's get started. So the first shot of the music video is Jojo sitting by herself on an island. The very first shot of any movie, any music video, the first page of a book, the first chapter, all of them are very important because they set the tone for the rest of the piece. And in this video, we see Jojo sitting there after her transformation. We'll talk about her transformation from the first part in which she's wearing white clothes and is, I would say, a bit younger, to another one which is after all the things that have happened in the video. So in the first shot, she is the older version of herself, the transformed version of herself, and she's alone on an island. And by the way, she's looking up, and the quickness of the music and the shots that are played in the music video, it's like she's reminiscing, she's thinking about all the past stuff that happened, and now she's telling us a story about her. Also, if anyone's more interested in lesbianism and gay history, you might know of Sappho, who was a Greek poet back in 600 to 570 BC, and she used to live on the island of Lesbos. The island motif, along with isolation, might be because Sappho lived on an island and she is debatably the oldest lesbian we know about. So the first line of the song very popularly is, I was a bad girl. I did some bad things. I swear I did it all for fun and it meant nothing. We have an acknowledgement that Jojo says she did something wrong. She's not trying to debate whether it was wrong or right or grey. She accepts that it was wrong. She also says that she didn't do it with a lot of intent. She just did it as something casual. And it wasn't supposed to mean anything. It was a thing of maybe something you would do in teenage and not care about later. Then she mentions it never happened, it was a secret. Like when a tree falls in a forest, no one hears it. So whatever happened was supposed to be a secret between the person and Jojo, and it wasn't anything serious. It was just a fling, a casual nothing, and it wasn't supposed to mean anything. And in that part, we see her kissing, or actually getting close to kissing. Just we see her signaling that she did something of the sensual nature with this red-haired girl. I would say there are four important characters in this music video. There's Jojo, there's the red-haired girl, then there's the curly-haired girl, and then there's the fourth person who did something with the curly-haired girl who is not shown in the music video. I'll tell you what I'm talking about when we get to that part. Cinematographically, very cleverly, we see this transformed black Jojo. We see Jojo and the red-haired girl with the red-haired girl on top of her, and it skips immediately to this past scene from a yacht where everyone's wearing white and the yacht is white. She says, "Another late night, another crazy mood. I didn't think twice what it would do to you. I was a wild child, you always knew it. It was a matter of time before I blew it." These lyrics are talking about the craziness of being a young person, going to parties, doing things casually, and while doing them, not thinking about how they would affect other people. She also refers to herself as a wild child, and her partner knowing that about her, in some way saying that it was expected, that her partner might have been right to expect Jojo to falter. Also, I'm referring to Jojo as Jojo here, but as Jojo the character in this music video. When the yacht scene starts, everyone's wearing white, perhaps a symbol of innocence, symbol of purity, a symbol of not having experienced much, being young, not being tainted. And we see Jojo dance with the curly haired girl who is her first lover in this music video. We see Jojo dancing with her, but her gaze turns to the red haired girl who gets this slow mo shot of her feeling herself, and we see Jojo's gaze stuck at her. Jojo then actively engages in contact with the red haired girl. They have this dance sequence of being entangled with each other, the curly haired girl and Jojo, and then her turning to the red haired girl and choosing her instead of the curly haired girl. This scene is important because it repeats later on. In this scene, instead of letting her go, either of them, she clutches on to both of them. She decides to clutch on, and then she lets go of the curly haired girl gently and continues to dance away with the red haired girl. She sings, "Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me." So, a cautionary tale talking a bit about morals, no lying, no cheating, or you'll end up just like me. Going back to the first scene where Jojo is alone on an island and talking to the audience while looking back at her past. We hear the chorus of the song the first time, which is, "Karma is a bitch. I should have known better. If I had a wish, I would have never effed around. When I saw the pics of you and her, I felt the knife twist. karma's a bitch and she's with you right now. We see for the first time that Jojo's actually been cheated on by someone. She was cheated on by a partner, and she is talking to that partner. So we see Jojo talk about seeing pictures of her partner with someone else and feeling the pain, the very visceral feeling of feeling a knife twist. And she's saying karma's a bitch and she's with you right now. So who is she referring to in this chorus? She's referring to her partner, most likely, her current partner. And who could the bitch be in this instance? As we go on in this music video, we'll see how this chorus shifts and the meaning of these lyrics changes and who the bitch here changes. So right now, the bitch here is Jojo, because we've already seen that Jojo might cheat on her current partner with the red-haired girl right now, and the pain she'll cause her partner when her partner finds out about Jojo cheating would be the bitch part. And yeah. Now, after the first chorus ends, we enter into the second part of the music video, where Jojo falls off the yacht. The red-haired girl touches Jojo's face, and Jojo has this expression of confusion, this expression of hurt, this expression of pain, and she jumps off the yacht in a dramatic fashion. While she's in the water, she is reflecting on her past pain. She's talking about some other girl. This other girl is the girl whose pictures she saw with her partner and felt the knife twist. She accepts that that girl might be a good girl, but she's boring, which is, teenage, young girl, like a mean girl, jabs, like, she's boring, this, that. Believe me, 20 minutes later, you'll be snoring. So, a jab at her partner's other lover. And she says, but it still kills me that you hooked up with her. Despite this other lover being boring and people snoring when she talks, Jojo compares herself with this other lover and feels pain. That's equivalent to feeling death. And now the universe is giving me what I deserve. What does it mean by and now the universe is giving me what I deserve? The pain of getting cheated on. Yes, she's already talked about that. But the now moment is different, because now she is conflicted between her current partner and the red-haired girl, and she's feeling all the different strings of being in a relationship with someone but liking someone else. And she's in her shoes, her partner's shoes, and she's going through what she went through. Now, when the pre-chorus starts here again, which is thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, I'll write it down 1,000 times and hope it sets me free. She says this, and now we have the backstory of understanding that she got cheated on and she felt a lot of pain. She compared herself with the person she got cheated on with, but now she's also interested in another person and might cheat on her current partner with her. And now she's asking for salvation for herself. When she says, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, when we saw the first pre-chorus, she was saying that to others. Thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me. The thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me is also important, because the thou shalt not get caught is not saying that you should not engage in bad deeds. It says, don't lie, don't cheat, and most importantly, don't get caught. Like when a tree falls in a forest and no one hears it. It's a secret between two people, but when it gets out, that's when it causes the pain. But as we'll see for moving forward in the music video, even engaging in the bad act, the lying, the cheating, kills Jojo on the inside because of the pain and the conflicting emotions she feels. So when the pre-chorus is repeated the second time, she is saying thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, more to herself. And then when she says, I'll write it down 1,000 times and hope it sets me free, she's not talking about others. She's not telling that to others. She's not telling them, thou shalt not get caught. She's saying that for herself. She's saying, I'll write it down 1,000 times and hope it sets me free. So she's trying to be moralistic and trying to police her emotions and engaging in this practice of writing something down again and again and again, very academic, very pedagogic. So she doesn't feel what she feels, the dark emotions, the adult emotions, the bad girl emotions. This is the same time she emerges from the water in very dark eye makeup. The way she emerges is similar to a crocodile or a cobra, a serpent, an aquatic animal, a predator, a fish. And I think the fish metaphors are important here because mermaids are these aquatic animals, and mermaids usually hang out with other female mermaids, and mermaids are known for tricking sailors into coming down with them and then drowning and killing them. So they have this two-facedness, this symbol of betrayal, this symbol of cheating perhaps, and this is similar to what Jojo is referring to herself now visually. So I just noticed while she was doing the chorus dance that her costume has fin-like details on her shoulders. Jojo mentioned in an interview that she wasn't that engaged in the songwriting process, but the music video was her baby. And given her background being a dancer for I don't know how many years and performance, I'm sure the fin part and all the aquatic animal-like movement is very planned. And very beautifully, when she says, "Karma's a bitch, and she's with you right now," in this chorus, we see the red-haired girl from the yacht slowly slither up to Jojo. So, very dramatically, when Jojo jumped off from the yacht, she looked at the red-haired girl. And perhaps her jumping off was about leaving the situation. And now the red-haired girl comes to the island for Jojo. And she has undergone a transformation as well. She slithers up to Jojo like an aquatic animal, and that's exactly when she says, "Karma's a bitch, and she's with you right now." I can argue that the bitch here in this chorus refers to the girl, the red-haired girl, because she's with Jojo right now. And it's about how this girl might cause a lot of pain and suffering to Jojo in the future because she might cheat on her current partner and she'll undergo a lot of pain and self-inflicting self-esteem hits and questioning morals because of that. And it's because this red-haired girl is so attractive. Red is the color of sensuality. Jojo is in this dark island wearing dark clothes. All her background dancers were also wearing dark clothes. But visually, the red of the girl's costume, the red-haired girl's costume, stands out the most. So, while singing the post-chorus where Jojo keeps repeating "Karma's a bitch, Karma's a bitch," we see Jojo engage in this sexual dance play with the red-haired girl, who has also become an aquatic animal now. Both of them have decided that they will engage in. Both the red-haired girl and Jojo have left the white yacht, changed their white clothes, have decided to surrender to their animalistic urges. Jojo has basically cheated on her partner now. In the bridge, Jojo undergoes an emotional change, while right after engaging in the primal sexual act with the red-haired girl, she is holding her in her arms very romantically, very painfully as well. And she says, "When I lay me down to sleep, it's not your body next to me." And here, your body can refer to both her partner, her ex-partner, her current partner, and the red-haired girl, because she can't be with either of them peacefully now, because when she goes to sleep, she'll either miss the red-haired girl or her ex-lover, her current lover, the curly-haired girl. Visually also, we see her switching between talking to the red-haired girl and talking romantically and painfully to the curly-haired girl at the same time. This lonely room feels so empty, just me and my regrets. Perhaps the lonely room part is based on reality and not on the music video about engaging in a sexual act with someone and then leaving and being alone in a room afterwards and feeling emptiness, regrets after engaging in something fun. And cold blue eyes look back at me, the mirror has no sympathy. The painful self-reflection of realizing you've done something you've hated your partner for when they did to you, realizing you've engaged in something you might have repeated as a statement in church, and since you were a kid, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not get caught, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat. Realizing that you've just violated a fundamental moral code you had, all of those things. My guilt's become a symphony that won't let me forget. This reminds me a bit of the part from Macbeth where the lady Macbeth and her partner who commit the royal murders always think they stink of blood and their hands are bloody because the guilt overtakes them. Here also, Jojo refers to something like that, but musically as a symphony that does not stop playing. And in the music video, she, after just lovingly embracing, painfully embracing the redhead girl, she flips her away and throws her off of her body. Everything starts reversing. Jojo wishes that everything could go back, and in this music video logic, it does. So we see everything happening in reverse. She pushes off the redhead girl. Jojo goes down in the water. We see Jojo from the first shot looking back at the camera and saying, "If I had a wish, I would have never left around." In the music video, she's actually going back in time now. We see the redhead girl and Jojo in water together, which wasn't a scene we saw before, and Jojo pulling away from her even in the water. We reverse back to the very scene where the red-haired girl and Jojo first actively engage together in a dance, and in the original scene, Jojo decides to dance with both the curly-haired girl and the red-haired girl, and she holds on to the curly-haired girl's hand before slowly letting it go slightly, implying indirect action, passive action. But when she reverses back to the very first scene with the red haired girl and the curly haired girl, this time when they start dancing together, Jojo actively pushes off the curly haired girl, which might be a shocker for some people because they might have been expecting Jojo to push the red haired girl off. And here, she's referring to herself. Jojo refers to herself as the bitch because now she decides to leave her girlfriend and make her experience the pain of rejection and choosing someone else over her by going with the red-haired girl the very first time. Now, I do think that there's two meanings for the very last scene. In the last scene, we see the camera very quickly pull away from the first Jojo on the island, pulling away very quickly. It might mean that now that version of Jojo where she's alone on an island no longer exists because she's with the red-haired girl. Or it could mean that the part where everything started reversing never actually happened, and it was what Jojo wishes happened instead. Anyway, that was the video. Let me know what you think. I don't think I looked too deeply into it. I don't think it's possible. Okay, it is possible to look too deeply into things, but I think this is what makes sense. I appreciate this take on adultery by this young artist and choosing to talk about it and all of that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm wearing a bow because Jojo Siwa used to sell bows a lot. Anyway, goodbye. You know, they have a lot of symbols in this music video, and there's also a lot of costumes and sequins and all of that. And guess what? I made a video about something like that. I made a video on what a bindi is and why people wear bindis. So if you're interested in that, you can check that video out after this one. Okay, now for real. Goodbye.